fans, to the 2020 Yellow Jacket Football Show. I'm Carl Gurgis, and this year I've got with me Coach James Gage, a new coach at Alvin High School, the offensive coordinator. And Coach, you and I visited the other day. You had to be born with a football in your hand.
Yes, sir. Come from a coaching family. My dad has been a high school football coach in the state of Texas for 43 years. My sister's a head cross-country, head track coach. I'm in my 13th year of coaching, so it runs in the family. And so growing up a coach's kid, you either were at a game on Friday nights or you're at the field house during the week. So always growing up around it.
Family background, and of course it was always great because sports are just like they are in Texas. If you're not involved in some kind of sport, you need to get out of the state, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Friday evening wasn't exactly the Yellow Jackets' best effort, but obviously 33-13. We scored two touchdowns. Cody Smith on a 1-yard touchdown run, and Kellen Morrison Coffin, a 47-yard touchdown pass from Cody Smith. Rushing, we had Tony Vidana, I think that's how you pronounce it?
Vidania.
Yes. 47 yards total rushing for the Yellow Jackets. What's your thoughts on the game?
Well, it was a quick turnaround for us. You know, coming with everything going on, it was a tough week for us, but we were able to piece together with a bunch of injuries. We were able to put a team out on the field, and I was really proud of the effort the kids showed. You know, if you take the first quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, we outscored them 13-7. You take the second quarter out of the game, you know, we got a chance to win that game. It was that we had a bad second quarter. We had a couple of turnovers, gave up a couple of short scores, and they outscored us 26-0 in the second quarter. So if you take that second quarter out of it, you know, we were right in the middle of the football game with a great opportunity to win it.
Unfortunately, you got to play 4, but the 3 were okay then.
Yes, sir. We got down at half, and the message to the kids was don't quit. And we came out in the second half and put up a couple scores and got ourselves actually a chance to get back in the game. We thought we recovered an onside kick for a chance to get another score, but it got overturned there lately. But really proud of the kids' effort.
In sub-varsity action, Jackets 30-8 over Kempner, JV, and then I think 48-0 in freshman game.
Yes, sir. It was a great Thursday night for our kids. The freshmen traveled over to Kempner High School and took care of business, and then the JV played here. Kempner only had 1 freshman and 1 JV, so we teamed up our 2 teams, and everybody got in the game, everybody got a chance to play, and the outcome was exactly what we wanted.
Well, I know we've got some film highlights of the game Friday night. We'll be back to show those momentarily.
Sounds good.
Well, Coach, let's get right into those film highlights. What do you say?
Let's do it. So this was early on in the game. You see number 2, Gage Johnson, comes up and forces the run back inside, and Marshall Garcia comes across and
good luck.
Puts a really good hit on the kid there as he tries to jump jump over the block. Great play by our inside linebacker there.
He'll want to show that to his girlfriend.
Yeah, absolutely. We can go on to the next one after this. So this play right here kind of broke down, quarterback breaks contain, and our senior Josh Banglin, number 23, dropped into coverage and really makes a heck of a play. Once he realizes that the quarterback's going to scramble, he sticks his foot in the ground and actually breaks on the ball really well and then lays a good pop on the quarterback. The quarterback tried to lower his shoulder and bring the blow to Josh, but you can see Josh, he's only about 5'6", and he definitely got lower than the guy and puts a good pop on him right there on the sideline.
And Gavin Guthrie was really in pursuit.
Yes,
too.
sir. Great hustle by number 4 off the backside right there. And that's one thing that our defense does really well. They're coached to run to the football, and you can see all those guys are running the football here.
All right, we'll move on to the next one.
Okay, down on the goal line here, we kind of had to bow our neck, and you can see from the very start, number 44, Charlie Fox right there kind of bear crawls the center and knocks him back into the mesh point. And then number 31, Briar Jones, comes across and makes a great play right there. We just moved Briar to inside linebacker this past week, And he showed up and made a lot of plays the other night, but definitely getting the assist by number 44, Charlie Fox there, bumping that center back into the quarterbacks.
A lot of quickness at that linebacker position. You can tell early on the season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's one thing we knew going into this year, that we had to get quicker at the linebacker position, and so we feel like we've definitely upgraded there from a speed standpoint. Again, you can see number 44, Charlie Fox, getting in the backfield. That was one of our game plan this week, was to bear crawl that center, and he just penetrates through. And the one thing that's tough to defend is when you got a really active nose guard. And I thought he did a really good job the other night, kind of disrupting stuff, actually causes a fumble. Josh Banglin jumps in there, but the quarterback was able to jump back on it before he could. But again, just good seeing our guys fly to the football and giving us an opportunity for turnovers.
Charlie, only a junior. He'll be here for another year.
Yes, sir. We're pretty loaded at the junior position right now, so excited for the future. Moving over to the offensive side here, this was a big play in the game. It was 26-0. This was the first series of the second half, and this was a big third down. And Cody Smith fakes the toss to Daniel Bloom and finds Kelton Morrison out in the open. Picks up a really good block right there by Austin Ruiz, and that's what springs the play right there. And number 20, Kelton Morrison, he's probably our best overall athlete, and the first thing he did when he went back to the sideline was give number 13 a hug, saying thank you for the block there.
Yeah, you don't get that block, you don't get 6.
It's a really good execution, and we actually put that play on Wednesday during practice, and one of the coaches upstairs said, Coach, let's call it, and what a great time to call it for us.
Great job, great job.
Back on the defensive side of the ball, again, you can see the center just struggled. Number 44, again, Charlie. He's just fighting through, and that's tough on a center when he knows he's getting bear crawled all night long. It plays tricks on his mind, and so right here you see a fumbled snap, and part of that is due to Charlie crawling through and just getting in that kid's head, and then you see Larry Vahacek jumping on the pile right there with an opportunity to find it, but again they were able to recover this one, but we did create 2 turnovers on the defensive side of the ball.
62 for them has got to be a monster.
Yes, sir. They had some good-looking kids. They did.
Good pursuit, a lot of team effort right there.
Oh, yes, sir. Our kids are playing hard. So what we're known for is running the option here, and we did a really good job. We made an adjustment at halftime. We went back to the wishbone because we felt like the defense was cheating to our motion. And you can see Cody reads it perfect here, pitches it out to number 33, Tony Vidania, for a big play. But this play's not going to happen if it's not for the blocking on the perimeter. Right. You see Daniel Bloom gets just enough of the safety right there to get him cut on the perimeter and allows Tony to get to the edge there. So one thing we preach is we want +4 every time we snap the ball, and anytime you get +4 and then some, we're always happy. So this was a big play for us the other night. Just a quick slant. We felt like the corners were cheating and safeties were playing off, and we feel like we've got good enough receivers out there. We can throw them the football at any point. Great play by Austin going to make an outstanding catch. You can see our offensive line does a tremendous job with protection there. That's one thing we've worked a little bit more on this year is being able to protect our quarterback in the pass game. And so offensive line really did a good job giving Cody just enough time to get that ball off.
Big difference in the first game and this game. You can tell it immediately.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that goes back to the kids being coachable. We've got extremely coachable kids, and they're going to do anything we ask them to do. And like I said, we worked a lot on our pass pro stuff last week, and it showed. So this was in the fourth quarter. We were driving, and it was 4th and 5. And our defensive coordinator, Coach Tebow, upstairs said, put number 13 in the game and run the fake punt. And it's something we've been practicing, and it worked exactly like we hoped it would. And we snapped it back to Austin, and the one thing he did, he took it and ran downhill with it. And that's one area we feel like we've improved tremendously from last year to this year is our special teams game. And a lot of that we put an extra emphasis on it, but we've got 2 really good kickers. Austin is really our backup kicker, and Caleb Reed is our starting kicker, and Caleb has a really strong leg. He's only a junior, missed a 42-yard field goal the other night, but not because of distance. He just pulled it a little bit left, but his kickoffs were great the other night. He actually made an outstanding play on one of our punts and broke a tackle and was able to get outside and punt it at 57 yards. So we feel like our kicking game is a strong point for us right now.
Winfield with a good key block too.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Cleared that out.
Yes, sir. Easton did a really good job setting the edge for us there. Moving to the next one. This was a 4th and 8 play, I believe. And you can see we went back to the fullback in the flat, and again, Kelton, one of our better athletes, makes a man miss and picks up the first down. If he's not able to make this tackle, or if number 10 is able to make the tackle, it's a turnover on downs. But number 20 for us, Kelton makes a play and allows us to continue the drive, which we later on go down and score. So a big play for him, big play for us to continue the drive.
Who was the key block? 50.
So that's number 5 out there, Touch.
5,
Chris
okay.
Touch is out there giving just, again, our receivers are doing a tremendous job. You can see he pancakes that kid right there.
That's 10 more yards.
Yes, sir. And that's one thing we've preached to those kids. They may not catch 15 balls this year, but they're going to play because they block. And our receivers do an outstanding job blocking down the field. Same play other side. And we run it twice to the right. We said, let's run it to the left. And sure enough, it was there. Again, a great block by number 13, Austin. Offensive line does a really good job selling the fake on the run right there. And then Cody just throws a really nice touch ball again to Kelton. We felt like he was in the end zone.
Too, yeah.
You know, his hand touches down, but we felt like the ball crossed before his knee or elbow touched down. And they didn't give it to us, but we were fortunate enough here in a second. You'll see it. I think we scored a couple plays later. There it is right there on the quarterback sneak. Cody Smith runs behind. I'm not going to call him a big offensive line because we got a 5'6" left guard and we got a 5'5" right tackle, but they play big. And we ran behind those guys, and we were able to punch it in right here for a good score. And this got us back to 33-13 at the time. Okay, another big defensive play right here. This was number 50. Brandon Sobek, a junior for us, he makes a great, and he's getting better and better. And he scrapes across right here and hits the fullback in the backfield. And he gets a lot of help, but he's the first one on the play. Who is that, 41? That's going to be Isaiah Telez that gets in there also with Josh Banglin coming off the back end. So, again, the more white hats we can get to the ball, the better we're going to be.
You've got 6 white jerseys. If you look at it there, when the kid's going down, there was a lot of Yellow Jackets around.
Yes, sir, and that's the one thing that Coach Tebow does preach hard is run to the football, run to the football, run to the football. And you can see our defensive guys, if they don't know what they're doing, they're taught to run to the ball. And we try to get as many white hats to that ball as we can every single play.
A lot of improvement over that first week, a lot of improvement.
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll be back to wrap things up in a few seconds. What was going to be homecoming with Channelview has postponed, and we'll talk about those things in a few moments. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. Well, Coach, what was to be is not going to be. Let me kind of read here the results. Postponement of both Friday night games, plus the game scheduled for Friday, October the 16th. And from the athletic department, they said, we will help update you, and they would like for us to update them as well as we go forward. Anything you want to add to that?
It's 2020. It's the crazy year 2020, and it's kind of expect the unexpected. We fully expected to play Channelview this Friday, and this was actually a makeup game. We had a 9-game schedule, so we had an opening, and so we picked them up because Elsick had some issues a couple weeks ago, so we had bumped our Elsick game to the Friday after Thanksgiving, and so we had an open week to pick up Channelview. Well, the bug has hit here, and out of precaution, we have a lot of kids at home quarantining right now just to try to stay safe and stay away from it, and so we had to cancel this Friday night's game against Channelview, and that game will not be made up.
Okay.
But that does interfere with our next week's game against Pearland.
Well, and that's a district game, too.
Yes, sir. And so what we've done is our district has set up a schedule to where we have 2 weeks at the end of the year for makeup games.
And those will be December dates.
So probably. The Friday that we'll play after Thanksgiving, we'll play Elsick as a makeup date, and then the first weekend in December will be a makeup day for Pearland.
I see. Well, we'll keep you fans updated as best we can, and we appreciate you being here with us. Hey, it's good to have you on the show this year, and look forward to you helping me out, and I'll try to stay out of your way, okay?
Hey, I'm really excited. I appreciate you having me on, and I look forward to the rest of the year.
Go Jackets, okay?